Hello guys, in this tutorial I'll be showing you the different tips that you can use to save on CPU in your FL Studio project. I'm using FL 20.7. Let's get started. The first tip is, here I have a perfect example of the project that actually is taking much of the CPU. So if I try to play this, you'll hear some CPU cracking. In this project I'm using actually one instrument from Kontakt called Substance, and I'm using two presets. One is the brass preset, and the next is the swap preset, but it's taking much of the CPU. The first tip is you need to first disable. You go to options, then audio settings, then you need to increase on your buffer length. Let's say if we increase this to 124, actually you need to be careful if you are recording. This increasing buffer length tends to increase on the latency, on your recording latency. So if you're recording, you need to turn this back. Let's first see if this one has changed anything. Actually reduced to around 58. The next thing you can do is engage Smart Disable. What Smart Disable does is, Smart Disable actually it disables plugins that are not in use in the project. So when it reaches a part where that plugin is not used, what Smart Disable does is it turns off that plugin. So this one can save on the CPU in the long run. So let's check. In my case, it has not done much, but it's worth a try in your project. So the next thing and the best way to do it, to save on CPU, is actually exporting your different instruments in your track to WAV files. Actually you can do it in FL20. I think around from 20.2, if I'm not mistaken. You can export your instrument track right from the playlist. So what we can do right here is that you can first select the track you want to export, and you can highlight this out by pressing first. Let's first turn the grid to bit so that we can better highlight this. Can first highlight the track you want to disable, In this case, this is you can actually do this to the plugins that are taking much of the CPU. In my case, as you can see, Substance is taking much of the CPU. So if I can export this to a wave track. You need to be careful of the envelope. In my case, I have a filter envelope on this. So if I try to track, it's better to turn off the effects and you reset the volume so that you can you can leave enough room for mixing. So you can click here and you can right click on the track you want to export. You can right click and you click on consolidate, then you click from start to finish. Make sure to cut the reminder so that we don't leave any reminder. Help us to duplicate the loop and to give enough room for our effects. So you can bounce this. So this here you get a clean audio wave. Alternatively, if you're using FL12 and this feature is not there, you can highlight this and you go to your track, to your mixer track, and you highlight on the instrument where you routed your instrument. Then you click on this option, then you look for disc record, then you where is disc record? This is disc record. Yeah, this is disc record. And you can first of all you have to first turn this on, then you go here, disc record. You have to first turn recording on for this track. For only this track, you click on this button, you engage the recording on this track, you go to disc record, then you click render wave, then you select to cut reminder, then you select the bit depth, then you click export. Actually it does the same as this. For those who don't have FL20, you can use that one. So what I can do here is to re-engage this. I route this to the channel where it was supposed to be, then I turn this to the correct volume, then I enable the effects, and pretty much you get the same sound. And you click Ctrl B, duplicate this, or Command B on Mac, duplicate this throughout the project. So you re-engage the Actually, you can do even on other instruments until that are taking much of the CPU. So as you can see, we have reduced roughly 48 up to 48, so up 48%. That's it. So that's it for this tutorial. Thank you for watching. See you in the next tutorial. Bye bye.